Good evening and welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. We're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, regionsports.com, and IHSAA Champions Network. We come to you tonight from Lake Central High School as the Region Sports Network features Indiana High School boys basketball as the 21st Century Cougars visit the Lake Central Indians. I'm Mike Zajac. I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's game. Joining me with the color, Mike Dewan. Mike, how's the life?
Hey, we're doing okay.
Okay.
We're in the gym here now, and
a little warm.
A little warm, of course. It's getting nice outside, but it's a matchup we're seeing here today of two solid teams we'll get into shortly. But, I mean, believe it or not, we're more than halfway done with the boys' season.
Yeah.
We got the girls' sectionals coming up here, at this time next week. And, a month later from that, I think they kind of get going with the boys' sectional. So it's flying by very quick, and we're kind of at the point in the season where these teams, if they haven't found their identity yet, they got to find it pretty soon. And these kind of two teams we'll talk about here in a bit, but are on kind of different trajectories right now. Obviously, it's still a long season, and there's still some more meaningful games ahead. But that's why we're here, Mike.
Yeah, LC comes into this one 3-10 on the season. It's been a rough one for them. They lost 9 in a row before they got that win against Valpo in the last game. So hopefully for them, they can get a little momentum. Just playing good ball the rest of the way. 21st Century 13-4 on the season, but they're 2-2 in their last 4. Tough loss against EC Central. Of course, that's always a tough loss going over there. And then the win against Marquette Catholic, 57-48. So the 21st Century, they know their identity, as you brought it up. It's LC who's kind of got to get things going in the right direction. Especially, you look at their season 3-10. It's like, at what point do you look toward next year and get some of these guys playing time for next year?
Sure, and obviously we got some seniors on this team, of course, as well. If this is their last season, they can't look to next year, so they don't want to get too far ahead in that. But it's been a rough season for Lake Central so far. Again, 3-10. This was a team that was 18-4 last year. Yes, they had an abrupt exit in the playoffs, but again, something to really kind of build on in Ryan Sexton's first year. 21-14 now in the second year at the school. Again, previously at Cal College. Spent plenty of time here around the region, kind of all over the place. But again, it was kind of tough sledding. Lake Central got out to a pretty solid start, 2-1 on the year, then dropped their last 9, got the big win against Valparaiso this past Friday. Trying to build some of that momentum now. They host a very solid 21st Century team, was kind of on a different end of the spectrum. This was a team that, unlike Lake Central, who lost a lot of talent, who we'll talk about later in the broadcast, 21st Century, again, 13-4. This is a team that has some high-quality losses, although they're at the 2A level. Their 4 losses, let me find them here, Crown Point, Noblesville, Tolton from Missouri, and East Chicago Central. That's a pretty solid resume for a 2A squad that as well. We'll talk about some of their starters, their 5 starters that returned from last year's squad. Obviously a group that is very hungry. And again, James Scott is leading this fantastic group of young men that are exciting to watch. And again, a lot of highlight plays probably in store here tonight from the Cougars.
They've got a lot of star power. We'll talk about them when we take a break here. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow Follow me to the Crowell Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowell Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. We got a couple minutes here till tip-off between Lake Central and 21st Century. Mike, let's talk about this 21st Century team. Like we said, they got a lot of star power on them.
And a team that historically wins, a team that flies under the radar. Again, a smaller school at the 2A level, but they're led by James Scott, the aforementioned James Scott. Took over in December of 2023 and has not looked back. Their 21st third head coach in what was a 6-month span, but he has kind of passed the litmus test with flying colors. He was kind of a part of a few coaching staffs around the area, but now 31-8 in 2 years at 21st, 55-58 in his 6th year overall as the front man. This is a team, again, firepower, as you mentioned. It starts with the junior guard, Terrence Hayes, 1,000-point scorer. Again, a bright future ahead of him still. But, I mean, this guy averages north of 20 points per game, 7.5 rebounds per game as a guard, 5.8 assists per game, 3.5 steals per game, 2.6 blocks per game. First or second on the team in all of those categories. Terrence Hayes is a name we're going to be calling a lot there for the 21st Century Cougars. And Batman and Robin, it could be Batman and Batman, but Lametrius Williams as well, the senior forward, done a lot of great things for this program as well. 17.8 points per game, averaging a double-double with 10.7 rebounds a game, 4.7 assists per game, also 3.5 steals per game, and he could hit it from beyond the arc, 42% from three. Another name to look out for, Jacoby Donaldson, was a big-time hero in that win against Marquette Catholic, had 21 points, averaging 10 points a game. Ronald Mosley as well, and a couple other guys to look out for. This team is tough, and again, a team that is returning all 5 starters. The sky's kind of the limit for this team. This is no easy test. Again, coming to a bigger school here at Lake Central, a team that is, again, scrapping for a win until kind of last Friday, and this team wants to kind of ride their momentum. And again, we'll talk about them probably not too long here from hopefully a national anthem here, Mike.
may be grounds for removal from today's contest. As a result, Lake Central High School encourages all players, coaches, officials, and spectators to show good sportsmanship this evening, and we thank you for your support of high school athletics. At this time, we would ask that everyone please rise, and gentlemen, kindly remove your caps as we honor America and those who have served and are currently serving to protect its freedoms with the playing of our national anthem.
Just had the national anthem. Should be having the starting lineups for both these teams coming up. You mentioned the star power for 21st Century. You know, some of these guys, I'm sure they're getting offers from colleges going soon. I know you got the senior Williams and then the junior Hayes. I'm sure they definitely got that.
Yeah, I mean they're talented players, and the big thing about nowadays is AAU, and two of those players you mentioned, Terrence Hayes and Demetrius Williams, they're both on a team called DG Elite. The DG stands for Darius Garland. If you do not know him, you must not watch a lot of basketball. Obviously, kind of a region legend coming from, of course, Gary. Now a very solid point guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers, has an AAU team here with some of the region's best, to say the absolute least. And those two, they're on that team for a reason.
The 21st Century just had their starting lineups out there. We believe it's going to be Ronald Mosley, Terrence Hayes, Jacoby Donaldson, Demetrius Williams, and Elijah Hasadig. We'll have the Lake Central Indians. Always cool. They got a video up here. They turn the lights off.
They always do a great job. But for Lake Central, we'll talk about some of their guys they got going on. Again, a team with different trajectory, getting a big win against Valparaiso last week. A come-from-behind victory. And two guys to look out for this team is Zachary Green and Noah Enyard, who had 20 and 14 points in that game, respectively. Looking at the Lake Central team, from last year, there was a lot to replace. Yes, they went 18-4, but you lose Jake Smith, who's at Indiana Wesleyan. He's a very productive freshman over there, getting some quality minutes. You have Xavier Williams, a name that rings a bell here on Lake Central's campus. Although he's probably mostly known for going to Iowa on a football scholarship, for being a fantastic running back for the Tribe, he was their second leading scorer as well. He kind of had a presence from beyond the arc, and also played some very good defense, as all football players do. Also had Dorian Beatty, again, a solid guard for the Indians, now at IUN for basketball. So now that's three starters that are, Xavier, I bet, could have played some quality basketball at a good program as well. Obviously, other commitments, but those are three solid players that you have to look to replace. So, yeah, we mentioned Zachary Green, averaging 4 rebounds a game and then almost 16 points a game. Noah Enyard stepping up big time in his junior season, 12 points per game, almost 8 boards a game. Noah Salvador, Cooper Kroenke as well, some names to look out for the Indians. Again, just trying to grow as a program. Yes, we got some solid seniors on this team, like Zachary Green, but again, there's some young guns as well that could make some noise. Of course, you don't want to flush this season down the drain quite yet, but there's some promise for this program. Yes, it's kind of hills and valleys with kind of how these things work, but it's the way it is, Mike.
Starting lineup for Lake Central: Jacob Billmeyer, guard, junior at 6'1". Noah Salvador, a guard at 6'2". He's a senior. Brady Connor, forward, senior, 6'3". Zachary Green, guard, senior, 6'2". And Noah Enyard, forward, junior at 6'5". And you look at the size advantage that LC has. Probably look to take advantage of that if they can, and see how they work that in practice with Coach Sexton as the tip-off goes to the 21st Century.
Yeah, Demetrius Williams is technically 21st big guy at 6'4", but again, only about 170 pounds.
As this one's knocked away, it'll go to LC.
Again, I think one of the keys to this game, 21st Century, they force a lot of steals. They are very active on the defensive end. Lake Central has to control the tempo and keep this game within their own tempo.
Down in the paint goes Zach Green for 2 and gets LC with the early lead. Terrence Hayes with it. And we got a travel. Looks like they got the senior to turn it over. So back-to-back turnovers for 21st Century to start the game.
Yeah, not the ideal start. Musadik there again, kind of a smaller big man, if you will, only at 5'11". So a lot of guys that can put the ball on the floor. But again, careless start kind of from both teams now. I've seen a couple turnovers here so far.
And it's Billmeyer turns it over, trying to get it down low in the paint. And losing the ball again. 3 Indians there to take it away.
3 turnovers. Very don't see this much from 21st Century. Often like to protect the ball a little bit more. And you can't just be giving Lake Central opportunities without putting a shot up.
Connor in the paint. Turn around. Floats one up. Too strong. And the rebound goes to the Cougars. Up ahead quickly now. Williams through the paint, loses it, and it's another turnover. And LC throws it right back. Inside, and a lay-in. Easy going for Williams.
Like a tennis match here so far. Teams getting those jitters out, although we are in January. It's these teams are a little careless so far. Got to try and slow it down, get a good shot for both sides, but can't get much better shot there for 21st Century.
In the corner, three. Doesn't go. Oh, the rebound. Taken away by Enyart. Lays it in for two. It's 4-2 LC at about 3 Cougars right next to him, and he's the one who ended up with the ball.
Again, Enyart kind of had to sit behind, bigs like Jake Smith last year as well, who was a very solid piece for this Indian squad. Obviously, next man up mentality, and Enyart putting together a pretty solid junior year, as we kind of mentioned.
It was baseline throws, but he stepped on the line. Another turnover for 21st Century.
I think that's a quick timeout there. Yeah,
very quick timeout taken by Coach Sexton on the LC sideline. 30-second timeout. Yeah, a lot of momentum on their side, especially on the defensive side. They're forcing turnovers. They're playing great D. A little surprised by the early timeout there to waste one.
Yeah, I believe 21st took the timeout, and that would make a little bit more sense if 21st is burning that out. We've seen.
All right.
I think we can count the turnovers on one hand, but it might be getting to a second hand here pretty soon. It's been a lot of careless basketball.
I think I've counted 4.
Yeah, so that's obviously, I think for Coach Scott, just settle his guys down. Obviously, again, this is a tough environment to play in. You're playing up again the 2A versus the 4A school, and it's again a sloppy start here for 21st Century. They might try and at least, again, put a little pressure on, try and speed up this Lake Central team to get some easy buckets. And anything to settle these guys down.
Green looking for somebody. He gets it in to Enyart, and he loses the ball, gives it up, and it's a turnover for LC. Back the other way, and Muzadik will lay it in for 2.
And again, this is kind of a small ball. I mean, these guys have played together obviously all of last year, but these are 5 guys that could really be effective with the ball no matter where they have it. It's there's not your prototypical big with this 21st team.
Driving through the lane, going up strong and drawing the foul is Brady Connor. He'll shoot 2. Good aggressive play from Connor, taking it into the lane. Drawing the foul, he'll have a chance at free throws.
Yeah, Connor, put your head down, and definitely an aggressive take there. Got the whistle. See if he can knock him down here, Mike.
Got Dion Banks for the foul from 21st Century. First one, no good from Connor.
We got to get our weather report in, Mike. We got to let the people know. About our weather.
A lot of action early on.
A lot of action, very much so. We'll chop that in.
Missed the foul.
And you're working hard.
Yeah, and you're in the paint, lays it up, and he's fouled. That first foul was on Jacoby Donaldson of 21st Century.
Thank you.
Looking at the wrong number 12. So now it sends Enyart to the line. And that foul was on Muzadik. First attempt is good. What is today? Wednesday night forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast, 37 degrees outside. It's about 75 degrees inside.
It's getting warmer outside. That's all that matters. And you're quick 4. 2 for 2 at the line now.
Corner shot, no good. This one out of bounds, try to be saved. It'll stay here with the Cougars. The game night forecast is brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. Donaldson with it. He gives it up. Williams gives it up. And another turnover. This one by Terrence Hayes.
I think we're already starting to see a little bit of kind of frustration there on the sideline of 21st. Obviously, again, you already had to burn a timeout to kind of calm your guys down, and Coach Scott just trying to get his guys in rhythm. Can't have these any sort of turnovers, live ball, dead ball. It's been a shaky start here, and obviously it's gotten out, allowed Lake Central to get out to this lead.
They go inside, and you're working on a couple guys, and he's fouled again. He'll shoot 2. They definitely have the size advantage down low, and they've been taking it to the rim.
Yeah, again, Enyart, back to the basket. He's kind of more of your prototypical big. Yes, he can shoot the 3 ball that we see more and more nowadays, but they want to try and get him the ball in the paint, get him, a few feet from the basket. And obviously right now we got, 3 team fouls here for 21st Century, with still just over 4 minutes to go here in this first frame.
First one, Enyart is good. He's got 5 of the 7 LC points. Trying to make it 6 of the 8, and 4 of them would be from the line. Let's see if he can do it. It rolls in for Enyart, 2-2. He's got 6. Through the lane, laying it up, no good. Rebound tipped around, and LC comes away with it. Green loses it. Off Green, and it's going back to the Cougars.
I was saying about Enyart, more importantly, drew 3 fouls, 1 each on Donaldson, on Williams, and on Musadik. So 3 solid players, obviously. All 5 of these starters could really have an impact on this game for 21st Century. And if you get them in foul trouble, try and make 21st work through their bench. That could benefit the Tribe as well here.
Donaldson with it. Right around the Indian logo. Almost lost and saved. Donaldson out to the pass. Goes to Hayes. Good tight defense there from Spencer Gale. Inside, this is Mosley. No. Ball out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Cougars. The body's on the floor. No foul called. 3:38 to play here in the first. 8-4 LC leads. Inside to the big man, and he's fouled. I think he got Enyart to jump up. That was Williams. He'll shoot 2.
Got him there on the up fake again. As mentioned, Demetrius Williams, it's tough to kind of say who that number 1 guy is on this team. Obviously, they don't really care about that. They're getting wins, but again, 17.8 points per game, 10.7 rebounds per game. And again, he's destructive from 3. And again, if he could draw, again, going to hope to get that one back, but he's a gifted scorer, and they like to get him post touches as well, similar to kind of Enyart. But again, they got plenty of shooters on this team that if they knock a few down, they'll get things going, Mike.
Williams 1-2 at the line. Here comes the pressure, full court press from the Cougars. Gale with it, double teamed over there. They've got to hurry and get it over. Bill Meyer, they finally do. And they'll set up a play. Came close.
Oh, definitely.
10-second. Bill Meyer, offensive foul called. They're going to get Enyart.
I think that's 2.
And that's 2.
Yep.
Quick ones here. Still in the first with 3:13 to play.
Just like that. What do you do?
Yeah.
Looked at his bench. Did not.
He did look.
A lot of trust in the junior, obviously, at kind of a foul-prone position.
Just saw Jordan Ireland getting up off the bench. Through the lane, and they have a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to LC. A great job there by Spencer Gale, the senior guard for the Indians.
Yeah, he's came in definitely a spark plug, obviously, kind of a more defensive guy to kind of speed the team up, and right now has been nothing but flashes here for the senior.
Well, Cooper Kroenke came out, and it was Ireland into the game for him. So Enyart staying out there with 2 fouls. There's Ireland with it. Another tall player for Sexton's team at 6'5". Loose ball. Green with it. He's right on that line. Just got to be careful. That one was tipped. He was real close walking that line. Oh, crossover behind the back. Green through the lane. Lays it up and in. What a move.
Impressive take. Next level take, if you will. Again, a heightened roll this year.
They leave Hayes for 3 off the mark. Gale with the rebound. A quick possession comes up empty for the Cougars. They trail by 5. Gale, corner, Bill Meyer pulls it out. Good ball movement from the Indians. They've been patient on offense. Gale wanted to shoot that.
I think, again, that's what you need to do. You can't really fall into the trap of, you got a couple guys on this team that average, multiple steals.
Yeah, and then you draw the foul. Does Ireland there. Looks like they'll get Williams.
That's his second. You got first for him?
That's his first, yeah.
That's why we're a team, Mike.
Yep. Bill Meyer out. Kroenke came back in for LC.
Yeah, 21st they're going to try and get you as soon as you cross half court.
Kroenke launches a 3, doesn't go. The rebound goes to Mosley. Hayes, floater, doesn't go. And you're at the rebound. Up ahead and losing it out of bounds is Mosley. It'll stay with the Indians with 1:31 to play in the first.
Hayes looking to get the lid off the basket. This is more than 1,000-point scorer. Has missed a couple bunnies to say as of late, but again, he's one of those players that if one falls, that's all he kind of needs. And a switch gets flipped.
Ireland, the big man inside. No shot, but he does draw another foul on the Cougars. Coach Scott is not happy with that referee.
That's a tough call. I thought I maybe saw a hook there a little bit, but you had, what was that, number 14 on the...
14 on 21st.
That is Matthew Campbell there, the senior guard checking in. First foul of the game.
One more shot coming up here for Ireland. Five-point lead for LC. A lot of fouls here in the first quarter. 7 to count. 0 for 2 at the line is Ireland.
Enyart was close there. Got up for the rebound.
Hayes gets Kroenke to jump on the fake and then draws the foul in the paint. He's going to shoot 2.
Nice little hezzy move there. Get to the cup and again trying to get his first few points of the game.
Don't forget to visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, and Instagram page for this week's Powering Indiana Peak Performers, presented by NECA IBEW, powering Indiana of Lake County, the region's most trusted electricians. Hayes made the first, makes the second for his 2 first points of the ball game. It's 10-7, 1:21 to play in the first. A good play there. Green up ahead through the lane, floats one up and one.
Tell you, it's been pretty impressive what Lake Central's done against this press break, and I think they like keeping Enyart in the game, I think, with those 2 fouls, because he makes kind of the right play, whether he's inbounding it or he catches it kind of beyond the half-court line, and you get your athletes kind of out there with the full head of steam like Green. He's a great finisher at the cup, and obviously, again, another foul here for 21st Century. Some guys racking up the fouls here pretty quickly.
Foul was on Donaldson. That's his second. Team 6th. Green completes the 3-point play. He's got 7, 13-7 to score, 1:10 to play in the first. 21st Century as Mosley floats one up, no good. The rebound to Williams, tipped out of bounds. He had it blocked. I'll tell you, the size advantage for LC has really come to play in the paint on that far side of the court.
Yeah, although not the most tall individuals, Kroenke, I think, had the block there. Came over on the help side defense, only at 5'10". But again, hard over height here, ladies and gentlemen.
Luzady gives it up to Williams, 50 seconds in the first. Muzadik, and a hard foul. Coming over was Kroenke.
Looks like tried to kind of double him there after that post catch. Tried to kind of sneak in there, get a steal, but looks like caught some of the wrist there, and that's now 2 on Kroenke, right?
Yeah. He's going to come out. Bill Meyer back in.
Both teams might need to kind of cycle through their benches here in this one. Battle of depth here, believe it or not.
Yeah. We've seen both teams already going to the bench as Gale takes a hit, but he knocks it out of bounds away from, I think that's Mosley over there.
I think we got a foul there. Yeah, they're going to call that on Gale.
We are going to have a foul. So Gale.
That's his second, so we are really getting to the bench, I think. May have to. 11 combined fouls here. Still got 39 seconds to go. But Gale with 2. I think Enyart with 2 and Kroenke with 2. If I'm not mistaken.
That's what I've got. They've got 5 for LC total.
I might have missed one for 21st Century. I know there's 2 on Donaldson. We got 1 on Williams. 1 on Campbell.
1 and 2 at the line for Mosley. Final 30 seconds of the first, 13-8 score. This is Connor with it. Great tight defense from the Cougars.
I try and get it, pretty close to the last shot here. Again, doing a good job being patient, getting the ball around. Now they got to go.
Yep. 5 seconds. Bill Meyer down low, tipped around and taken away by the Cougars, and that'll do it after 1. 13-8 is the score. 11 fouls in the first quarter. It was an aggressive and physical matchup that we'll have the rest of the way. We'll take a short break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
First home, dream home, forever home. Tech Credit Union has the right home loan for you. Their loan officers could help you purchase a home, refinance your current mortgage, or unlock your home's equity to get cash out for any purpose. Let Tech Credit Union show you why they are the better option for a home loan. Learn more at www.techcu.org or call 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. 13-8 is the score. It's LC on top of 21st Century.
We're trying to figure out some jersey numbers here a little bit.
We don't have a 1. We don't have a 0. Well, is Hayes 10? This is a 10 and a 1. So who's 10? Inside, we'll say this is Hayes. I think this is Hayes. Hayes working on Green and putting it in for 2.
Okay, they say it's Hayes on the PA system. We'll roll with it.
13-10. The Cougars have tightened that lead. Enyart in the paint, out to Bill Meyer. Wanted to shoot, and then almost threw it away. Gale back to Bill Meyer, driving baseline. Floats one up, draws the foul, and he'll shoot 2.
Could take their strong take again, going for some fouls here. And again, kind of the trend continues here. as we get started here in the second quarter. Well, and that's Musadik's second, so, I mean, they're racking up here quickly.
First one good for Bill Meyer.
Again, a solid start here for Lake Central. Some may say this is a surprise, but again, a team that's been patient. Besides some first quarter woes here in the beginning, they've kind of protected the ball pretty well and getting some good shots, whether it's at the line or, again, a couple paint touches as well. Enyard had a great first quarter, and looks like he's still in there despite those 2 fouls.
Romel Williams enters the game, a sophomore.
I got Zach Green was a star as well. He had 7 in the first, and I believe Enyard had 6. So it's, again, kind of that duo for Lake Central that's had to step up this year, coming to play here so far in the first frame.
Ronald Mosley in the game. Here's Hayes. Too strong. Wanted a foul. Nothing called. Green the other way. Loses it. No foul. Gets it back and puts it in.
That's a strong kid, man. He puts his head down and he gets ready to go. He wants to get to the cup. Yes, he could. He's solid out there beyond the arc, but again, it's an easier shot there down in the paint. He's having success here so far.
Hayes going down low. That one's tipped away from Williams. Fakes. Cross-court pass. And burying it is Romel Williams, the sophomore, coming off the bench. Back to a 3-point game, 16-13.
Impressive, not easy to do. Coming off the bench and get things going there.
Gale thought about driving baseline, pulls back. Picks it up. Connor driving through the lane, found a hole, gets through, lays it in for 2.
Again, a team that's just constantly aggressive here so far. Again, using kind of that size advantage and getting to the cup.
Corner left open for 3. Doesn't go, off the mark for Jamarian Kelly. Here's Bill Meyer, lowers a shoulder. That's the easiest offensive foul call they're going to call tonight.
Probably. Got a long game ahead of us here, but putting your body on the line there. Again, we're starting to kind of see 21st kind of get into a rhythm now, getting some good shots beyond the arc, some unselfish basketball. Just not falling, but again, defense starting to come around there. A big turnover there forced.
Williams back outside. They give it back to him. He's going to shoot this. In and out. The rebound goes to LC. There's a lot of one-and-dones. Nobody's in the paint to grab the rebound for the Cougars.
I will say, we have not seen, again, a lot of shots also as well, kind of far from the basket. Not much inside the paint here so far for the Cougars.
Enyard floats one up, and that one off the backboard and in. 2 more for Enyard.
A lot of success getting him a post touch on that right hook.
He's got 8. And going out of bounds and falling out of bounds is Terrence Hayes. Another turnover for the Cougars.
And again, right now, I think for 21st, one of your main objectives, try and find some momentum, because right now that pendulum's kind of swinging to Lake Central's way, still forcing a little bit of turnovers. We talked about some good possessions here in the second quarter, but we don't want to kind of trickle back to how things started in the first quarter for 21st.
7-point lead for LC, 4:40 to play in the second. Bill Meyer throws this one away. It's another turnover for them. Mosley, floater, too strong. Tie up, jump ball. It's going to Lake Central.
Yeah, pretty solid shot, though. Again, got a great opportunity. And again, possession. The arrow favors Lake Central. Gets him a possession right back.
Bill Meyer comes out of the game. David Aguilera into the game for LC. And you're looking inside, and we've got a foul called. It's going to be on the Cougars. It's like number 5, Williams, Romel Williams.
I thought so. Okay, so that is Ryan Mosley.
I'm getting confused. So 4 is 5, 1 is 10.
Okay.
10 is 1. Turnover for LC.
Yeah, Ryan Mosley, a freshman, obviously coming in.
How do they have the right one and we don't?
I don't know.
That's what.
I don't know, man. We'll figure it out. We're having fun up here.
Mosley over to Hayes. 7-point lead still for LC. Williams, corner, over to Williams. Off the mark. Coming in for a strong rebound is Enyart. And a foul on the Cougars. Tell you what, the Indians have been really aggressive on the defensive side, grabbing rebounds. It's a lot of one-and-dones for the Cougars. Mm-hmm. Float one up to Enyart. Enyart fakes, turnaround, floats it up and good.
He likes that right side. He's having a lot of success again. These paint touches. And again, a quick 10 points here in the first half for Enyart.
Hayes, 3, no, off the mark. Another rebound for Enyart.
Still kept him in this game despite those 2 quick fouls. He hasn't left yet. Doing a great job here so far.
Gale now back inside. Let the big man work. Puts it up. No. Gets his own rebound. Draws the foul, and he'll shoot 2. It's like Cougars don't have an answer for him down there.
Not yet. So, okay, 15 is Demetrius Williams. That we do have correct. His second foul now. Yep. Again, a piece they want to have going forward, but like you said, no answer so far here for Enyart. Another post touch. Again, went up with his left, missed that, got the rebound. And right back to the free throw line.
Can't connect on the first.
What do we got him at 10 points now? Again, still those 2 fouls, so trying to escape this first half, limiting net damage. But, I mean, he's their guy right now for Lake Central in terms of anything offensively and doing a great job on the glass as well, limiting those, again, those one-and-done opportunities that we're seeing a lot here from 21st.
1 of 2 at the line. He's got 11 of the 23. 10-point lead for Lake Central. As Hayes brings it up. And, is that on Enyart? That is. That's going to be number 3. Now, you think you got to pull him after that.
I think so.
Final. Let's see what Sexton does. Ireland coming off the bench. So Enyart is out with 3 fouls. Ireland into the game. That's another big body they've got down in the paint, too.
But now we got to see who's going to kind of be their guy offensively. It could be Ireland, again, although a guy that has not done a whole lot offensively really this season. Still trying to figure out that, but
Hayes, nice pass.
Ooh.
And a foul is called. Shooting 2 will be Ronald Mosley.
But again, who's going to be that guy offensively for Lake Central? Will it be Zach Green? Although they've had a lot of success in the paint, we haven't seen much from beyond that for Lake Central here tonight.
Spencer Gale with his 3rd foul off the bench tonight. He's been a little too aggressive. First is good for Mosley.
You said that was Gale with the, I see, yep. Again, Gale's a guy that, energy guy that comes in and, he might pick up a couple fouls. That's why they gave you 5, of course. Got to try and speed up that opposing offense, but going to have to probably sit him for the half here as well.
Mosley 2 of 2, 23-15. Connor through the lane, back out, Green, wide open for 3, he drains it.
A nice pass there from Connor, driving and kick, found a wide open Green. And again, we talked about his damage inside the paint, but if he could do that as well and now forcing a turnover here, that's big time.
Green with 12 points on the night for LC, gets the steal and draws the foul. Terrence Hayes with the foul. That's just his first.
It kind of looked like he spun in traffic a little bit and got his pocket picked there from Green. Oh, he's going to be shooting 2, I believe. Yeah, so Lake Central out to a double-digit lead here.
I think we saw this one coming when we put this one on the schedule tonight.
I'll be honest, I don't think I did either.
Green makes the first. I'm counting 8 turnovers. It could be wrong for the Cougars.
Could be generous.
That could be. Second for Green. It goes 2-2 at the line. Where's the offense going to come from for the Cougars? They've relied on a couple guys in Hayes and Williams and Mosley. As this one goes back to the Indians. Green spinning, off glass, too strong. They get the rebound, no good. Another rebound for Green, and one! They just don't quit. And they've got the bodies, they got the height advantage. They definitely being more aggressive tonight on the boards.
Yeah, they're playing like a team that is very hungry and a team now with some newfound confidence. And again, that win against Valparaiso, although, again, that was a game that was kind of a toss-up there. It's big for a team that is ultimately down in the dumps for so far in the season.
Hayes goes up strong and one! They needed a spark. Is this it for the Cougars?
That wouldn't hurt there. An aggressive take. Now starting to see a little bit more aggressiveness inside the paint here for 21st, and a good take there, the hoop and the harm. Again, they got to try and find some momentum because now down 13 points, under 2 minutes to go here. They got to try and claw back into this lead here. What a good start. With a foul there.
That was Kroenke. That's his
Kroenke?
third.
Okay.
Hayes makes the free throw. Completes the three-point play. And there comes the press. And they get right through it with Green. And they're going to take a timeout by LC. I think that's a good timeout. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take one, too. Back in a few. 30-18 the score. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. 30-18, Lake Central on top of the 21st Century Cougars. Cougars coming into this one 13-4. LC Indians 3-10. LC's definitely got the size advantage. Mm-hmm. They definitely been more aggressive tonight. It's been Green and it's been Enyard just down in the paint,
outworking them. I mean, not too much from beyond the arc. We saw that Green three not too long ago, but it's been Lake Central just dominating the boards. And again, protecting the basketball, not letting, again, this team that prides themselves on defense a lot, getting any steals and getting out in transition. Looks like we're switching it up to a zone here now.
Inside, knocked away by Hayes. Connor went up for it, and Hayes coming from the backside to get it. And a travel there from Mosley. They turn it over again.
Hayes skying up for the block, but again, after you kind of get out in transition, almost like a turnover there a little bit. Kind of a long rebound. Another turnover here for 21st. And now, but as we mentioned, they're switching to a zone, trying to get something different here. See what they could do. Again, Lake Central, again, they got all the right to kind of hold the ball. 5-second count doesn't start quite yet. And now, Coach Scott's waving them over. Let's speed these guys up.
And they can hold for the final shot. That's what they might be doing as they switch it from Connor over to Green. And you don't want to. What you don't want to do is throw it in the corner because then you get trapped.
Right. Again, staying patient as they've done. Kind of.
Billmeyer pulls it out. 45. Yep. Inside Ireland, top of the key. not the guy you want with the ball.
I'd say it's probably about a 40-second possession here so far, and again, these are non-Enyart minutes as well. Someone who's had a lot of success here tonight, doing a great job of limiting any damage and possibly adding to the lead.
Green, final 15 seconds. Mosley on the tight defense is going to get a screen from Ireland there. Green puts one up at the foul line. Got it! Mosley the other way, final 5. Puts one up, knocked away, goes out of bounds, and it's back to LC. Clock's at .3. What a first half of ball we have seen.
I mean, that is a huge possession.
From LC.
A huge possession there from Lake Central. Holding on to the ball. Again, a lot of poise from all 5 on the floor. Everybody just about touched the rock there. Get it to arguably your best player on the floor. Get it in his hands. Let him make a play there, an elbow jump shot. And Lake Central, as you mentioned, we might be a little bit surprised here, but 32-18, just like that. Again, a solid first half of basketball, Mike. Still got another half to play.
14-point lead for LC at the half, 32-18. We'll take a break. We'll talk about the first half and what to come in the second half. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone. This is our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig, and talking about all things IHSAA related. Historic weekend last week, Commissioner. First girls wrestling state finals, and it was a massive success.
It was, Coach. We had in excess of 200 schools participate in the tournament, and around 1,200 girls, and we brought 16 girls in each weight class to the fairgrounds at the Coliseum this past weekend and our last Friday. And, it was an incredible day of competition. And, one thing that we've learned is a lot of the girls that wrestle weren't participating in sports in other fashions in their building, in traditional sports that we've offered over the years. So it's opened up an opportunity to participate to a whole new group of girls. And again, it was that trophy that we handed out was the same as the boys get, and the medals was the same as the boys receive, and it was a phenomenal weekend. And our Assistant Commissioner Robert Falcons headed this effort up and did a phenomenal job here for the office.
We sometimes forget as adults that the reason we do what we do, why you do at the IHSAA what you do, and those of us in the sports world do what we do, it's about helping young men and women create lifetime memories and help them understand the bigger values of life you can learn through sports. And you've just created a great number of lifetime memories for these young ladies and their families with a tremendous tournament that you just concluded.
Yeah, we're very fortunate and very pleased to be able to do that. And we're gonna, as they say, we're gonna play that back with another new sport this spring, Coach. And this spring will be the first ever boys volleyball state championship. And we got some other things on the horizon. We got girls lacrosse that's growing, and with the efforts of the Colts and the Ursay family, girls flag football is really becoming more and more popular across the state.
I think to go back to your point about young ladies who had not been involved in other sports finding their way into wrestling, opening up opportunities for them, I think that's the best part of this whole endeavor, and that is being able to expand the opportunities that boys and girls around our state have to be involved in interscholastic events and interscholastic sports that will in fact benefit them for the rest of their lives. I think that's the home run that you've hit.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Coach, and we agree with that. You couldn't have said it better myself.
All right, coming up this Sunday, speaking of tournament opportunities, girls basketball pairing show, 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock on the IHSAA Champions Network. Greg Rakestraw and I will be live from your offices. This is always one of the more fun nights. I have a lot of fun doing what I do, and I'm fortunate to be able to do that. But when it comes to pairing shows, those are different nights for all of us.
They are. It's kind of become an event. Certainly we have talent extraordinaire on the broadcast with you and Greg.
Greg's really good. No, you're right.
Yeah, but it's fun to, if people have Twitter or X now, follow along, and the number of schools that have watch parties where they gather at somebody's house in the basement or at a local restaurant to watch that draw come out. That's been historic in our tournament. I can remember years ago that you listened to the radio, and when the radio show was on, you knew it. And for me, it was the Princeton radio station down in southern Indiana, and you waited to see what the draw was going to be and when you were going to play and who you were going to play. And it was just part of the fun of the tournament.
The show starts at 5 o'clock, 5 until 7 on the IHSA Champions Network, the IHSA Girls State Finals pairing show. Greg Rakestraw and I live from the IHSAA. Commissioner Neidig, it's always great to talk to you. Thanks so much for your time, and I'll look forward to spending time with you on Sunday.
Thanks, Coach. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back to a game night on the Region Sports Network. A shocker here at LC. 32-18. The Indians on top of 21st Century Cougars. Mike, how they doing it?
Yeah, I mean, Lake Central, we kind of talked about their size advantage kind of going into this in terms of, they maybe have some proper big men compared to 21st Century, who's maybe a little bit more of a small ball team. They're not going to kill you on the glass, but they're going to make shots. But we're not seeing a whole lot of that today from the Cougars. And Lake Central, again, being patient with the basketball, as you kind of keep saying. And it's been a solid first half of kind of, we talked about in the pregame, Lake Central's kind of two guys that have really had to step up this year. And Zach Green and Noah Enyart. I believe Zach Green, I think we got him for, 15 points? My unofficial count, at least. And Noah Enyart, although got into some foul trouble, stayed in the game. Does have 3 fouls entering the second half. But Noah Enyart, again, being a presence within the paint. A lot of his shots, again, only a few feet from the basket. And I got him, I think, at 11 points, an unofficial count. But he's doing a lot of work outside of the scoring. He's also grabbing some boards, both offensively and defensively. And for 21st Century, again, a lot of turnovers we've seen. We've lost count on that, I think, a long time ago. And their stars we've kind of talked about, again, we're trying to kind of see a little bit more from maybe, we got Terrence Hayes, we got Demetrius Williams that have had some flashes, but we're trying to, again, 18 points, that's not really going to cut it. And giving up 32 as well against a Lake Central team that is obviously very, very hungry, forcing turnovers on their end. Again, kind of a new Lake Central team after getting that win this last Friday. I mean, obviously, they won this first half, and they got a second half to play. And, again, you got to keep that same energy for Lake Central. Control the basketball. Don't have any turnovers. I'm interested to see for 21st if they open up in that zone. We saw a little bit of that here in the latter parts of the second half. Lake Central did a great job, we saw in that last possession on the bucket from Zach Green of, kind of dissecting that zone, killing some clock. But 21st Century, you got to try and get some steals here and speed up these Indians.
You mentioned the scoring. I'll go over it real quickly. Top scorer for Lake Central, I got Green down for 18 points. I'm not sure if that's what you had there.
I'm taking your word.
And you're with 11, a 2 for Connor, 1 for Bill Meyer, and that's been it. A total of 32 points. So it's been the Zach Green and Enyard show on the offensive side of the ball for Lake Central. And they're getting it done on the foul line, too. The amount of fouls we've seen in the first half, so many guys getting to the line. I think we've seen the Cougars, it was Hayes who was making their free throws, but not so much anybody else who got to the line. But on this side of the ball for LC, everybody's making it. It's Enyard, it's Green. Sure. You know, so those points are just adding up for them as well. Scoring-wise for the Cougars, 2 for Muzadik, 3 for Williams, just 3 for Williams, a guy who averages
18 points a game, right?
Yeah. Williams, let's see, 18.7 a game. 7 for Hayes. He averages 21. Mosley with 3, and then Romel Williams with the 3 ball in the corner for them. And that has been it for the total of 18 points for the Cougars. So where does the offense then come from? It's got to be Williams. It's got to be Hayes. They've got to find ways to get them open. They've got to move the ball a little bit more. So the turnovers have got to stop. Sure. You're a grown team. Your seniors and juniors shouldn't be turning the ball over this much. But it's the aggressiveness of LC that's doing this.
Right.
It's the active hands. It's the big bodies that are disrupting them in the paint that are making it so difficult for the Cougars.
And again, Lake Central, this is where you want to be now with a 14-point lead. A team that has shown us tonight they can kind of slow the game down and play at their own tempo. But you talk about guys for 21st century. Yes, we kind of got those stars for 21st century that, you know, they're typically making plays, but we haven't heard much, like Jacoby Donaldson as well. I mean, he's somebody who do we have him on the score sheet? I don't think he's scored yet, and he averages 10 points a game. Yeah. We need kind of a bigger second half from Hayes and Williams, those guys that make their presence known night in and night out. But there's also, again, this is a very good team. They're 13-4 for a reason. They don't just ride off the coattails of 2 guys. This needs to be a full team effort here in the second half here for the Cougars, and I'm sure Coach James Scott let them know about that in the locker room.
I mean, people look at this, well, you know, LC's a bigger school. That doesn't mean anything.
I mean, 21st century. I mean, they've beaten some big schools this year, and maybe
went head to head with EC. I mean, down to the wire. I mean, it's a shocking look tonight in the first half. It's where's the answer for them coming up here in the second?
Right. I mean, I believe they beat Morton. I believe Lake Central lost to Morton. You can't look at transitive property or whatnot, but you just have to play a better half of basketball. You cannot turn the ball over. You have to get started quick because again, it seems like a pretty big 14-point deficit. Although it's definitely manageable, Lake Central has really controlled every aspect of this game, Mike.
You know, we look around this place and we saw head coach of EC, Alan Maru. He's actually right behind us on the phone. He's looking at us like, what's going on with this team? You know, this is a team we just played head to head. And it's a different look, but Cougars with the ball, they'll take it. Donaldson gives it up. Williams in the corner, driving baseline, back outside. That's a good look, and the 3 doesn't go. Off the mark, Hayes with the rebound. Inside back door, he finds Donaldson for his first 2 points of the game, and here comes the press.
I like Hayes' game a lot. I mean, he is a do-it-all guard. It's something that is so prevalent in today's game. Somebody that can crash the glass, make a pass, and score as well.
Ireland through the paint, back outside. Green's going to take it for 3. He drains that one. Zach Green, another 3. He's up to 21 points.
Huge answer there from the Indians. Again, playing patient, but also making the extra pass there, finding your shooter.
Loose ball, out of bounds, kicked out by Bill Meyer, staying here with the the Cougars.
Again, I think for 21st, again, it's a manageable deficit. You can't really settle for maybe some long 2s or some 3s. Now we got to push here. And again, when you do that as well, again, got to limit these turnovers. Again, it's easier said than done, of course, but it's killing them. And again, you get a player like that, Demetrius Williams, picking up your 3rd foul. Now you may have to play a little bit more conservative on the other end of the floor because they need you. They need you going forward.
And you're through the lane, and being aggressive takes the foul.
And that's one thing about Lake Central today. They're aggressive. They're going to try and get to the rim, and although that's not a shooting foul, then they're getting a lot of the whistle here tonight. But rightfully so. I think they're at all proper calls.
A lot of these guys with 3 fouls. Ireland.
That's a hook, yep.
Yep. Got him that time. I think he did it on the side of the court.
A makeup call.
Makeup call, yep.
Maybe the first, yeah.
So Ireland picks up. That's his first. Team second.
Already 4 fouls here, a minute and a half in the third. I mean, we kind of saw this in the first quarter. What team's going to kind of, again, a little bit more nerves, looks like, coming out here in the second half.
Donaldson looking for somebody. Fakes a shot. 5-second call. Got him. It's another turnover for the Cougars.
Sweltering defense from Lake Central and just making things tough for 21st. And taking them out of their element. It's been an impressive performance here tonight. Still plenty of time to go, but this defense especially has been very, very solid.
Connor looking to get it. Enyart got it off the tip, lays it up, gets his own rebound and puts it back in.
Looks like, I think, who's that down there? Number 11 for 21st. Jamarian Kelly was up against Enyart there. Might have took one up there. Refs may not have saw it. Got him up there in the temple. He's going to come off the floor.
37-20, a 17-point Lake Central lead. Driving through the lane. Offensive foul called on Muzadik. And they give it back to the Indians. It's his third.
Little forearm shiver there, and things have gotten from bad to definitely worse for 21st. Now the lead has ballooned to 17 points. And again, a lot of those same elements we saw early in this game. Turnovers, not a shot not going up here for 21st Century. Nothing to show for these possessions.
Green, spin move through the lane, lays it up and in. 23 for Green. Inside, nice look down low to Muzadik. 17-point lead once again. Enyart's just going to take it coast to coast, and it knocked out of his hand. We got another foul, I think. This is going to be
4 on Donaldson?
Yeah. Donaldson, yep.
Tough break got him there. Enyart may have gotten away with kind of a, consider an offensive foul. They're trying to create some separation with the offhand. They'll get Donaldson here.
Enyart misses the first.
Now Donaldson, what do you do? Yeah, he's coming out now for, I believe, good to see Kelly come back in the game after a little shaken up after an Enyart bucket. But now again, Donaldson, we talked about his scoring prowess. Now he's on the bench with 4.
Enyart makes it. 1-2 at the line. Back to an 18-point lead. 40-22. 5 minutes to play in the third.
And 21st, I think, got to try and get this lead to single digits here before quarter's end. Try and cut this in half.
Williams. A tight defense from LC. In the paint. Muzadik going up and under.
Good finish there.
2 more.
Not easy to do. Again, kind of playing the forward role at 5'11".
Muzadik with 6 points. Ireland finds Billmeyer in the corner. He pulls it out, goes through the lane, floats one up, too strong. And the rebound goes to the Cougars. Quickly ahead. And a foul's going to be called, but it's before all the carnage down in the paint. They're going to get Ireland, I think, on a hold. So that's Ireland's second. No shot. They'll keep the ball out of bounds.
So good sign there from 21st, getting out in transition. A little bit reckless at the basket, but
Hayes, turnaround Jay gets it.
There we go, stopping a score. Trying to, again, cut this lead to single digits here. 4 minutes to go here in the third. Got to try and find some momentum here for the Cougars.
Knocked away there from Muzadik. Muzadik was getting in the face of Enyard, and the referee told him to knock it off.
It was good from Muzadik. He started to kind of talk, again, try and find some energy. The ref looked at him, and he's like, okay, I'll stop. He's having an impressive third frame here. Yeah, someone's got to be the energy guy here for the Cougars.
Spencer Gale in the game with 3 fouls. Connor driving the lane. He gets through. Too strong. Green with the rebound. Can't get it to go. And Hayes with the boards. Quickly up ahead. This is Mosley. Williams for 3. In and out. Doesn't go. Ireland with the rebound. Continue with the one and dones, though, if they miss. Green quickly. They let him go. Baseline tipped and knocked away by Williams. Up ahead, Williams lays it up and good for 2 more.
Just a two-way prowess there, making a play defensively, going back down the floor. And now some life in this 21st century team.
Down to a 12-point lead. And I think if you speed the game up and there's a turnover, if they speed the game up, the Cougars are going to take control. There's a foul called if it's on Ireland. And a technical foul's called. I think it's going to be on Williams.
Yep. Oh, it's a warranted call, I'd say. Again, it's a bang-bang play, and I think the foul on Ireland's there, but then Williams, I believe he kind of stepped over him. And although it's whatever, everyone's got their words for it, I don't know if Williams...
Coach Scott not happy with the referee on the sideline. Neither are the assistant coaches.
It is a momentum killer. That's the one thing about it. Good call or not, whoever you may ask, that does kind of zap that away.
And I had missed at what happened. Did you say you stepped over him?
Yeah, so again, the bang-bang play and kind of Island got knocked to the ground. And then who knows if it was needed or required, but Williams kind of stepped over Ireland and maybe stared at him while he was doing it. They had a better look maybe than we did, but nonetheless, it results in I believe 2 shots here for Green. And again, no matter what good call, bad call it swings that pendulum right back to Lake Central. After 21st century, got up to I think 6-0 run, 8-0 run.
1-2 at the line for Green.
That was Ireland's third there. Again, the outlet pass, trying to get it to Williams.
And then that's 4 fouls now on Williams with the technical.
That's right.
We've got 9 fouls total here in the third. Williams is going to come out.
So you got Williams with 4 and Donaldson with 4. I believe that is your second and third leading scorer in points per game.
Muzadik coming out. Or is it Williams? Well, now Williams back into the game.
Huh.
It was Muzadik who they wanted out. So he's going to play in with 4 fouls here in the third.
Yeah, got to be careful. But again, who's going to step up and play for him? He's kind of have to at this point.
You got to be careful. He's on Ireland there. Can't be too aggressive. Corner, Connor. We're going to run some clock, slowing the game down. That's what LC wants to do.
Again, if I'm Lake Central, I'm going at him.
Off the side of the backboard. Not a good shot there from Gale. 13-point lead for LC. Williams, spin move. Too strong. Hayes with the board, and he gets it to go.
We talked about the stars need to come alive here for 21st century. Hayes especially, and Williams.
And a timeout taken by Lake Central. They couldn't get the ball in. Tight defense on the press from the Cougars. They've cut the lead down to 11. And a 30-second timeout for Lake Central. And I think if you're LC, you still got to be aggressive on the offensive side of the ball. I know they've been trying to slow things down a little bit. You got to pedal to the gas still. I know that's Cougars' game.
Sure.
but offensively, you still got to go.
Again, I think what benefits them right now is you're going up against a team with some guys in foul trouble. 2 guys with 4 fouls. Donaldson, I believe, is on the bench, but Demetrius Williams, who's had a great third quarter. I think if you want to keep that aggressive play, like you mentioned, I'd like to try and get maybe, whoever, Ireland or Enyart, maybe matched up with them on a post touch and try and see if you can get him that 5th foul, get him out the game, and again, win that momentum battle, because you lose a player like that here for the rest of the night. Not easy to do and emulate for 21st century.
LC will have the ball.
Looks like Williams now out of the game, but they got to bring back in. So they're sitting Donaldson and Williams, the 2 guys with 4 fouls.
Connor will bring it up. 3 timeouts left. Oh, he threw it away. Ireland wasn't watching. Muzadik the other way, lays it up, but doesn't go in, but he is fouled. He'll shoot 2. Connor was trying to get it to Ireland. Ireland went for the screen, and Muzadik took it away.
Muzadik having a great second half as well. We talked about, again, someone else, of course, you need your top dogs to get going, but this is 5-on-5 basketball here. You need somebody else to step up as well, and Muzadik, a pleasant surprise here in this third frame, trying to get this down to single digits.
First one, no good for Muzadik. And these are shots you need to take advantage of at the foul line. 2 minutes to play in the third, you're down 11. I mean, these are easy buckets.
Yeah, free throws. Half the battle, free. So they say.
That's short again. Doesn't even hit the net or the bucket. Nope. It's going to LC. 0-2 at the line. Shaq-like.
Tough.
Ireland in the corner, not where you want to go. Enyart finds Green, open alone, and Green lays it in for 2 more.
Good pass from Enyart there. Throw it to where you want your receiver to be. Get it towards the cup. And Green, again, we saw his finishing ability inside the paint here so far tonight. Gets it done again. And right after those 2 missed free throws.
Mosley in on Gale, and a turnover again on the travel. I've got him down for 11, and of course, like you said, that's being generous because I've missed a few.
Who knows?
Oh. Long pass. This is Kroenke. Kroenke too strong. Green goes over the back of Hayes. I think they're going to give him for a foul. Yep, that's going to be on Green there. That's just his first.
Yeah, although Green is very solid offensively, he's impressed me a lot on the glass. Again, Lake Central, although, again, they might be pretty solid tonight in terms of the height matchup, they're not the biggest team in the region as well, but Zach Green, again, 6'2" in terms of height. But, again, he's been in the paint a lot. And, again, whether defensively or offensively, although, again, they're over the back foul, but he's impressing me a lot as well.
To the foul line. 5 fouls on both teams now. It'll be Hayes shooting. I mean, defense is just all about effort.
Sure.
And LC has shown it tonight as Hayes makes the first.
Game of some great rebounding guards. Hayes as well. Again, we mentioned he's whatever he's at for the year. 7.5 rebounds a game as a guard. Not bad production.
2-2 at the line. Back to 11 points. Einert. Tipped. Who's going to run it down? It's Gale. Gale to the bucket. Tipped around. No good. Hayes with the board. Hayes through the lane. Floats one up and good for 2 more. It's a 9-point game. Here come the Cougars.
And now, again, full court press here.
Off his leg. They turn it over.
Speeding it up, and this is what they want.
Timeout taken by 21st Century. You hear their fans 43-34, a minute to play in the third. We'll take a short break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. 43-34. LC had an 18-point lead. 21st Century now has cut it down to 9 with aggressive defense. And shots are now starting to fall. And they've slowly just creaked their way back, punch after punch. I mean, LC's they're missing shots now on the other side, too. It must be that bucket over there
Maybe.
on the far side.
Tale of two halves, whatever you may call it. Could be a bad bucket, but 24. Again, a lot of these shots are in an area, again, in the paint where the percentages go up a little bit. They're getting some easier shots, and again, that's off of turnovers. That's off of, again, playmakers like this.
And a foul going to be called on the Indians, and they get Green for the foul. It's his second. Two quick ones here in the third for Green, and to the foul line goes Hayes.
Hayes has had a solid third quarter, to say the absolute least. Kind of taking over this game as kind of some other stars of this 21st team getting foul trouble.
Hayes made his first two. He makes that one.
I believe I got him for 7 here in the quarter. Give or take.
I got him for 9. This is, if he makes it, he's going to be 10.
We'll meet in the middle.
And good. 10 on the quarter, 17 for the game.
I'll go with you. It sounds better for Hayes.
Ireland.
He deserves it.
Over to Gale. Gale's got to hurry. Gotta hurry. Tipped. Back to Gale. Then 10-second called. And it's a turnover for LC once again.
And this has been sweltering. Talked about Lake Central's defense in the first half. This third quarter, all Cougars. And need a really good shot here. 40 seconds left, but it's been the Terrence Hayes show.
Hayes pulls up. Jumper too strong, and the rebound goes to Kroenke. But can they get it over half court? Gale stuck again. Loose ball out of bounds. They turn it over again. Back to the Cougars.
We talked about a lost count of turnovers for 21st Century. Lake Central, they might be catching up to them. Just, again, sloppy. And again, that's what happens when you put this press on. That is what they want you to do. Some errant passes.
3 is going to be short. It was tipped. They get the ball into the hands of Green. Green back outside. Kroenke, 3. Got it! First points of the game are huge in the corner for 3. Final 2 seconds. They got to hurry. Williams throws it up. Oh, and it goes at the buzzer. That was Ronald Mosley. Cuts the lead to 7. They'll take a look.
Look at the Region Sports replay there. Clint Klaus on the cam, Zach Miller on the keys. And just when we thought the momentum was going to the Indians, 21st bites right back. Now 7-point game going to the fourth, Mike. Can't wait.
46-39. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. What a game we have and what a finish it will be. 46-39, LC on top of 21st Century. 21st Century, the Cougars were down by 18. They've cut the lead down to 7. And another turnover by LC to start the fourth. And a foul called on Gale.
That's his fourth. Got a good look at that buzzer beater to end the third frame. Again, it was a 10-point game, and this new momentum for 21st Century, of course, had a great third quarter, but he saw that big-time buzzer beater here to end the third frame. Now a 7-point game, and just like that, you force a turnover, trying to get this lead down to 5 or 4.
Inside loose ball. Back outside, top of the key for 3. Got it to go.
Donaldson.
That's Donaldson making a shot. He's got 5. It's a 4-point game. Oh, he had Bill Meyer. Got to hurry. Enyart is trapped in the corner. Throws it up. Finally, Kroenke gets it. Ireland down in the paint. Strongman goes up big for 2. First 2 points of the game for Jordan Ireland. The fans are now into this one. And a travel called by Mosley. Another turnover in this game.
Picked up that pivot foot on the step. They're kind of dragged, it looks like, over there from our vantage point, but sets up the defense at least.
There's Green. Well, he's got Hayes one-on-one. Through the lane, lays it up for 2 more. Hayes with 28 on the game. 50-42.
Fantastic finish here. One-on-one at the rim. Give me Green.
What a move by Williams. Up and under, lays it in.
And again, every bucket gets this defense kind of set up. Now it looks like the press is going to die off here. Over 7 minutes to go.
Green's going to take it. Got it again. 30 points of the 52. In the hands of Zach Green. What a night. Williams through the lane. Throws it away. He was trying to get it over to Kelly. It's a turnover by the Cougars.
And I think for 21st, I'd keep up that pressure. We saw last time around, they kind of dialed it back a little bit and let Zach Green go to work. And that's what you don't want to do, I think, right now with 30 points here on the night. Yeah, they're going to give it to Green. And again, may not have to keep the pressure up yet, but I saw a lot of success here in that third quarter in the early parts of the fourth.
Green knocked away, blocked by Hayes. Up ahead to Williams. Williams, I don't know if he was ready for it. And they throw it away. Back to LC. Those are missed possessions you can't have.
It's hard to believe Terrence Hayes is only 6'1". Again, his presence on the glass as well defensively. He is all over the floor. Now he's got the matchup against Green.
Enyart driving lane, found a hole, can't get by, but it's Ireland with the tip in. All of Ireland's 4 points have come here in the fourth off the bench. 6 minutes to play.
The Irishman.
In the lane, loose ball. Is it going to be a jump ball? No, it's going to be a hold on Kroenke. Thought he had the ball.
I think that's it for Kroenke, no?
Off of Mosley. That is going to be, I believe, 4 now. 4 on Kroenke. Muzadik comes into the game. Coming out is Kelly. Aguilera in the game. Kroenke's in. Sexton's not happy with that call. I thought he had all the ball.
Kroenke with 4, and then for 21st, we still have Donaldson and Williams with 4.
Williams still out there with 4, so he's got to be careful. Into the paint, Muzadik picked up the ball. Tight defense, through the lane, throwing it up and drawing the foul is Donaldson. So he's going to shoot a pair. 10-point game.
I think they only got Ireland there. Oh, they got Green.
They got Green. That's 3 on Green.
That would have been Ireland's 4th. But she's had some quality minutes off the bench. Kind of as that second big man here.
All of Green's fouls coming here in the second half.
Love it when the gym gets quiet and all you can hear is the coach. Just heard Coach Sexton there. So everybody knows what he wants.
First one goes in for Donaldson.
And Donaldson scoreless in the first half, coming alive a little bit more here in the second half.
2-2 at the line. And a timeout taken. Full timeout, Cougars. We'll take 1-2 with 5:43 to play in the fourth. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. 54-46 is your score. So we are about halfway through the fourth. 5:43 to play. Anyways, talking about the fouls earlier in the game. We haven't seen a foul from 21st Century in this quarter, though. So
just you wait. Look what you did now. You know how fourth quarter in basketball works. It's going to be a foul game in under 2 minutes. Playing good defense.
And then they got to force a timeout now. So that leaves Lake Central with just one timeout for the final 5:43.
Again, that's not what you want if you're Lake Central. Out of a timeout, and you got to burn one right back away. With again, still 5:43 to go. Again, 21st Century doing a great job, as aggressive as they're playing defensively. Also, a lot of guys in foul trouble, still being very effective while also playing clean defense.
Yeah, it's been the defenses providing the offense for them. On the turnovers, you saw just go back to the start of the fourth. You got an automatic turnover right off the bat within the first 5 seconds of the game.
Right.
Or the quarter, I should say. But it's defensive effort turns into offensive buckets.
No, you said it best. And it's, again, what we've seen flashes from both these teams. That's kind of what they want to do. Right now, Lake Central still at that 8-point lead, but 21st Century doing a better job of that here in the second half. They're trying to do whatever they can to scratch and claw and make this closer than it already is.
We got Green pushing it up the court. Green through the lane, back outside. See if LC wants to slow things down. It's more of their game. That's what they were doing when they jumped out to that 18-point lead.
I like keeping the ball in Green's hands here. Again, he draws a lot of eyes, a lot of attention.
Hello, Ireland lays it in for 2 more. 6 points for the big man here in the fourth.
Earning some key minutes off the bench, making his presence known.
Slow, steady offense for LC is what is working. Muzadik, good move on Ireland. It goes off glass for 2 more. Muzadik with 8. Aguilera getting through the defense and throws it away. Another turnover and a foul called on Aguilera.
Williams, I mean, out of nowhere. Again, him and Hayes that both average 3.5 steals a game, and sure enough, we see why right there. Looked like a pretty open receiver there, but swept right in, and he wanted that one. A good foul there from Lake Central to limit the damage. But again, 8-point game. Gaining possessions here for the Cougars. Trying to just chip away, but a big possession here.
Muzadik coming out of the game. Here's Hayes at the foul line. Easy shot for him. They left him open. He's got 19. Green left alone, taking it all the way up for 2 more.
Good luck. I mean, you get him a full head of steam. Hayes just misses there. Tried that mid-range.
And your loose ball. Taken. Hayes, they throw it away. It was Williams trying to get it to him. 15 turnovers now for the Cougars. I've got 10 for LC.
I've gotten pretty good at lip reading, but I think everybody could have read that from Coach Section. He got kind of where the DAC logo is and waved his arms and goes, slow down.
30-second timeout by 21st Century. Gives LC an extra breather. Yeah, he's saying slow down because that's their game, and Cougars want to speed you up like they have, but that's kind of what got them back into this game. They've been aggressive on the defensive side of the ball. They've been quick to the bucket. So LC with the final 4:08. We'll see if they can hang on to this 8-point lead. They've led by as many as 18. And they pretty much led all the way.
Yeah, it's been an impressive showing, but again, still 4 minutes to go. We've seen that this 21st team could flip the score on a dime and try and win back some possessions very quickly. And again, obviously, what Coach Sexton's asking for is hold on to the basketball. Give me some good shots. And just, cross half court. Don't make this easier for 21st Century.
Enyert's going to get it in to Green. Back to Enyert. Bill Meyer. They got to get it over. They do. As Bill Meyer weaving through, and he draws a foul. Who's this on? It's on number 12. That's Donaldson.
That'll be it.
And that'll be it for him, yep. Oh, got a little too handsy there, did Donaldson, and Coach Scott not happy. Well, that's 5. Well, you can play with 5 now. Yeah, they're all talking about what's going on here. Why is Donaldson still in the game?
I was going to say they got a rule change I don't know about.
Did I think 6? I saw Coach Sexton yelling, that's 5, that's 5. He got it up on the board. I think they announced that's his 5th, and nobody said anything. So Donaldson takes a seat.
One of the few extra steps, I think, but yeah, almost got away with it. Again, if you're not pulling me, I'm staying in the game, but a tough loss there for 21st, though.
Muzadik into the game for Donaldson. Here's Bill Meyer. Oh, lost it off his foot, and they turn it over. Back to the Cougars. That's the second time we've seen an Indian lose it off his foot. 3:40 to play. It's an 8-point game. Through the lane, Williams back outside. Gets it back. Let's see, Williams gets it. Corner, 3. On the way, too strong. Ball is chased down by Hayes, but he stepped on the line. It's a turnover back to the Indians.
Great effort from Hayes, but tried to tightrope that baseline. Ref had the best view in the house there.
And both these coaches are fired up on the sidelines.
Rightfully so. And again, Williams out there. He's got to be careful.
Hayes picks up the foul. A little too aggressive on Green. It's a second on Hayes.
Trying to speed him up there again. Only the team's second, but as I was saying, speaking of fouls, again, Demetrius Williams, he's got 4 fouls as well, so he's going to have to be a little bit careful. Obviously, losing Donaldson, you want to try and keep one of your better players in the game as well in Williams.
They try to get it into Green, and they throw it away. Another turnover for LC. Hayes in the corner, thought about it. It was Ireland to track him down, pulled it back, is Williams with it. Down low, Muzadik. Great move and great feet work. Puts it in for 2.
A little finger roll finish.
6-point game. 2:50 to play in the fourth.
Good touch there. An impressive second half here from Muzadik. Impressive.
Billmeyer. Ireland looking. I don't think they want him with the ball. As Muzadik, great defense, knocks it away. Staying with LC.
Yeah, I want the ball in Green's hands. I want the ball in Enyard's hands. Enyard has done a great job facilitating as well, kind of in the big man role. Green has just made a lot. Again, great pass there.
Yeah, good look there to Ireland. Ireland working. Oh, it goes in and out. Rebound to Williams. Here's Hayes, and Hayes draws a foul against Billmeyer. That aggressive offensive side of the ball for Hayes. Draws the foul. So Hayes, I believe he's shooting. He is. Just the second on Billmeyer.
Well, he got the call, and that was on Billmeyer. Yep.
Looking to have Kroenke come back in for, let's see here. They need ball handlers this late in the game.
I'd say so.
And when they were getting the ball to Ireland, it was kind of questioning, like, why is he still in the game? But he's doing a great job here in the fourth quarter, down in the paint, giving him some big minutes.
Yeah, he's living up to his role, to say the absolute least. It's, again, we'll see what Coach Sexton goes with.
Yeah, Kroenke is getting set to come in.
Which he might be a little bit better suited for a higher tempo game.
Yeah. First goes for Hayes, as it is Kroenke for Ireland. So final 2:23. Need ball handlers out there, and there he comes. But he's got to be careful because he's got 4 fouls.
I think they put a point up there for Lake Central. Should be 50. Should be 58 to 53.
Yeah, they're letting them know.
Just about the whole gym is. At least half the gym, we could say.
And the second one goes 2-2. They'll get that fixed. So it may be 58.
58-54.
54.
They got to fix that, though. I will say it's been a. There we go.
They got to take one away for LC. They do. It's a 4-point game. Enyard, final 2 minutes. Here's Kroenke back out there for his ball handling skills. Gives it to Green. Green, still the tight defense, driving through, back out. Kroenke for 3. Oh, it's tipped. Williams gets it, but a foul's called on Green.
Hayes is impressive, man. He is fun to watch. Got out there to that shot. Again, who is that? Green with kind of the, facilitating, getting a lot of eyes on him. Kroenke, kind of similar shot to what we saw earlier in this half, getting the corner 3, and Hayes just flies out of nowhere. Long wingspan, gets up to that shot, and again, sends 21st right to the line. Trying to make this a one-possession game.
Hayes too strong on the first free throw.
Free throws have been a little tough sledding here for 21st. Definitely a few they'd like to have back, especially in a game as close as this.
I'll tell you, this game has a March Madness feel to it. 18-point game is now down to 3. 1-2 at the line goes Williams. Gale kicked. Stay with the Indians.
Again, it's not fun inbounding right by the bench and kind of by the 21st century faithful as well. The cheerleaders and all the energy is up.
Billmeyer gets
to be
it
careful.
Yep, Gale up ahead. They throw it away. Hayes and one. The aggressive defense turns into buckets for the Cougars. Hayes with a free throw to tie it.
This kid is special. You don't know his name. You haven't called a lot of 21st century games. Welcome. Clawing all the way back. What was this lead? 17, 18 points, Mike?
18-point game in the third, and we are tied at 58.
And they are keeping up that pressure.
Kroenke over to Billmeyer. Over to the green. The tight defense stays, and a foul called on Muzadik. That's going to be his fourth.
Tell you what, this gym was pretty
quiet.
Pretty lax for
about 3 quarters.
Yeah, 2.5, 3 quarters. Like you said, it's kind of feeling like March.
Green gets it into Kroenke. The tight defense stays for the Cougars.
I'd like to go to Enyard here. We haven't really called his name
we
a whole
have not,
lot.
and he hasn't been in the paint much. Ireland with it.
And again, I'd like to maybe get him a touch where Ireland is. Yes, I like him handling the ball. He's all right.
Yeah,
I like getting him down low where he made a lot of his money there in the first half.
I heard just 3 points in the second half. Billmeyer. Kroenke, a minute to play. Can they hold on for the minute? That's
hurt.
the question.
They're doing a good job so far. Kroenke stepping up big here.
Kroenke, tight defense and a foul called. I thought he got all ball. Was Mosley. Oh, man, that was close. It's the second on Mosley.
It's a tough call. Aggressive defense.
Just the team's fourth, so it stays with LC on the sideline.
Yeah, no harm, no foul, obviously. Just adds 1 to the total.
Kroenke. 48, get it into the hands of Green. He gets a screen from Einert to the bucket, and a foul call. They'll shoot 2. Aggressive offense from Green. You got to make something happen.
Who's that on? Also, that's Muzadik's 5th.
That's 5 on Muzadik, so he'll have to exit. And he's had, you said it, a great second half.
And kind of one of the de facto big men, if you will, for 21st. And like you said, Green, aggressive. We've seen it all game long. And that time, get him a good touch. Again, they don't really have him handling the ball beyond the three-point line, but they'll get him a touch going to the basket. And obviously for plays like this.
Matthew Campbell, the guard, he's a senior. I think that was a better look. They were going to go look at Jordan Jackson, a sophomore.
Okay.
I think the senior is a better go for them. First shot for Green, in and out, doesn't go. Green sitting at 32 points.
He'd like to add 1 more here. Wouldn't hurt.
Hey, he misses both of them. Into the hands of the Cougars. This is Williams. Final 35 seconds. And a timeout taken by 21st Century. Coach Scott was calling for that timeout for a while there. Nobody saw him. So 58-58, final 33 seconds. Coach Scott's going to draw something up here. And we got to go back to the tape, but I don't remember the last time 21st Century had a lead, if they even took the lead in the first quarter early on when it was maybe like 2-4.
I don't think they did. This might have been a wire-to-wire so far, almost wire-to-wire. And I think now for 21st, I'd imagine in this timeout, I try and hold the ball as long as possible. Don't force anything up, but give yourself enough time to get into your set, get a good shot out of this, and if it all breaks down, find one of your one of your key playmakers. So again, Demetrius Williams has had a great half. Of course, we talked about Sadiq, who's no longer, or Musaddiq, who's no longer in the game. But again, they got a lot of stars on this team that I bet they're not fearful to take this last shot. But again, I think if you're Coach Scott here,
it's Hayes.
Yeah,
it's Hayes.
I like it.
I think if you're Coach Sexton, that's your guy. He's been the guy in the second half, and you said it. And if there's anybody, who guards him?
Yeah,
you go back to those free throws by Green. Those are two huge misses for a guy who he's made his free throws all game. It's just clutch time, your heart racing, and those are two big misses for that kid.
And one guy who's been great at the line tonight, I'd say, is Terrence Hayes. So,
Hayes,
you get to the cup, you could draw a foul there, shoot two. You could maybe at least count him to get one, but they got to get there first.
This is Williams. 25 seconds. Get it into the hands of Hayes.
Yeah, they're going to try and hold, and I think it's the right call here.
Final 14 seconds. Williams, Bill Meyer on him. 10 seconds. Williams looking, corner, three. Too strong. Bill Meyer with the rebound. And quickly, the Indians take a timeout. I'm not sure if that's the shot they wanted in the corner for a three. He was open. Was Jamarian Kelly. God, Hayes only touched the ball once in that sequence.
Yeah.
Just once, and that's just surprising. I know Williams is one of your top guys, if not the top guy, but man, for Hayes to just have this big second half and not even touch the ball more than once.
Yeah, Kelly coming to the game 2 for 12 from beyond the arc. I think it's a good shot. It's a corner shot. Obviously, he's in there for a reason. A lot of eyes, obviously, on Demetrius Williams as well as, again, obviously you got to watch your Hayes. Good shot there, but opens the door for Lake Central. 2.8 seconds left. Not much in the playbook for that, but again, one he's going to want back for sure.
Yeah, Kelly, no points in this game. I think it was more of a breakdown, and maybe it's the great defense of LC that play. And I wasn't really focused on where Hayes was, but I'm not sure who was on him. Because I know Bill Meyer was on Williams.
I believe it was Green.
It could have been Green.
Yeah.
He was just maybe he was just playing great defense. Making up for those two missed shots at the foul line.
You have to. I think you have to. Obviously, he's a senior leader of this team, and this would be a tough pill to swallow for Lake Central. Right now, you got to hope to at least get the ball in. I'm interested to see how 21st plays this defensively. But again, 2.8 seconds. You still got time for a good catch and a heave. But you don't want to throw this ball away and give it right back to 21st.
Yeah, I just throw it down there. Don't give them a. Well, they're gonna turn it over. Gonna have a chance. Too strong, and we are going to overtime here at Lake Central. 21st Century Cougars were down 18. They come all the way back to tie it up. The Cougars now saying they called a timeout once they stole the ball. Referees maybe didn't see it, but that'll do it. After regulation, we're headed to overtime, 58-58. We'll take a short break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow Follow me to the Crowell Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowell Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. We are headed to overtime here at LC. 58-58 is the score. We said it, 21st Century down by 18. Crawled their way back. They outscored LC in that fourth quarter 19-12. It's unofficial. In the second half, they outscored them 40-27, according to me.
Checks out. You jump, I jump.
4 minutes to go as we enter overtime.
What a game.
Both teams still with 5 fouls. Both teams will shoot in the bonus. Ireland and Williams, the tip, and it goes into the hands of Hayes.
Again, you and I talked about at the break. Might need to see Hayes a little bit more in this extra frame.
Campbell in the corner three, too strong. He had a good look. Kroenke with the rebound. Here's Green. Green open in the middle of the paint. Gets it in for 2 more. 34 for Green.
Set him a little off ball. Put him towards the rim. Give him the ball. Let him make a play.
Hayes lost it.
Smart
Turnover,
there.
Green with it.
Smart by Green. Hold up. Have the lead. Get a better shot here. Didn't really see anything. What would have been a transition type of sequence there.
Ireland back into the game, the big man. Out with the ball to Billmeyer. Billmeyer. Again, you had said it earlier. We haven't really much heard from Enyart in the second half.
Again, not many paint touches, which is interesting. But it's been Ireland playing some good minutes. But again, I wouldn't mind Enyart getting a touch here in the paint. I don't know.
21st Century could have an answer for him, and they just hasn't been able to get open.
And they got Demetrius Williams on him, who's been playing great defense, but he's got 4 fouls. So what does it hurt? I mean,
yeah. There he is. Enyart through the lane, gets it to Ireland. He lost it out of bounds, but he'll stay here. He was knocked out by Kelly. Jordan Jackson, the sophomore, is going to come in for Campbell. Enyart this knocked out of bounds, but it was saved. Thought that was way out. Here's Mosley.
What a save. That ball looked we're about to get ready for the next possession. A fantastic save here. He's coming off the bench. Who you said? Yeah, that was Jordan Jackson.
14 turnovers now. Jordan Jackson hasn't played a lick in this game. Corner open is Kelly. Shot that last time, and a turnover here by Billmeyer getting it. 2-point lead for LC. Final minute 45. Oh, they wanted Billmeyer to shoot that. He didn't want it. Trying to slow things down. Just 2 points so far in this overtime. We got a minute and a half left to play. Green draws the foul on Hayes.
Could have been a hook there. That was a tough call.
Yeah, they wanted a
little bit of contact. They wanted a hook.
Green can redeem himself here after missing 2 big ones that would have sealed the deal probably at regulation. First one is good.
I think for 21st, we're kind of seeing them, a little bit different offensively, a little stagnant. Obviously, losing 2 key pieces like Donaldson and Musaddiq, who have been very solid again offensively throughout the course of the year. Musaddiq, especially in the second half.
36 now for Green.
They got to find an answer here quickly, Mike.
They need points. Down 4. Williams with it through the lane. Euro step and good. Enyart's going to take it and bring it up. Billmeyer in the final minute.
Might be getting might need a foul here. Wouldn't mind that.
There's one from Jackson on Ireland. I think that's a good.
I'd say so too.
That's a good foul.
Don't know if he's really been to the line yet today.
I don't think we've seen him yet. Big moment for him. Big free throws.
68% from the line coming into this game.
Makes the first. That's big. Put it out to a 3-point game. How big has he been off the bench? In that fourth quarter, 6 big points.
He's earned himself some minutes, that's for sure.
Off the mark, 1 of 2. 3-point game, final 50 seconds. Hayes brings it up. Hayes, baseline, throws it out. Campbell for the tie. It's short. Loose ball into the hands of LC. Green, they got to get it over. Green does. Billmeyer left alone, lays it in for 2. And a foul is called on Jackson.
You got a foul? I thought that was a walk-in layup. Honestly, I turned my head and
I thought so too. And they came in a little late. And we saw 3-point play complete for Billmeyer. He had 1 point coming into the fourth quarter. He gets 3 on one play. It's 66 to 60. Campbell. Williams for 3. They needed it. Nope, the rebound to Enyart. LC fans can smell it. There's a foul on Hayes. He's going to go to the line.
Wow. I'll tell you what, I am pleasantly surprised by this Lake Central team. A lot of fight here tonight, Mike. And yes, we still have, 10 seconds to go here in this game, but
they don't look 3 and 10.
No.
And
yeah, again, you got the Duneland. They're 1 and 2 in the Duneland, so obviously that's not easy competition. But Dave, again, this was a season that we were talking about in the pregame that they may be looking at next year for some of these guys and flushing this down the toilet. As obviously we still got some work to do, and you're getting to the line trying to at least make this a multi-score game, a 3-score game. But this is a pleasant performance. And you're sinks that by the Lake Central Indians coming in here again. 21st Century ranked 6th and 5th in polls around the state in the Class 2A.
Shot doesn't go. Tipped into the hands. Hayes puts it in the final 2 seconds. And what do we got? We got to put time back on the clock. Yeah, they called a timeout. What? 21st, they're lining up.
Initially, they're like, give us the timeout. Oh, they called the timeout. And now they're like, whatever, just have a shake hands.
Yeah, keep it out there. Final 2 seconds, 2.1. Yeah, I don't think LC realizes what's going on. 21st Century not even going to talk things over, and Coach Scott kind of just beside himself. Looking a little distraught on the sideline after this one, 67-62.
And again, that's a tough pill to swallow for 21st. Again, you can't really be overlooking opponents. And some could say maybe that's what they were doing here tonight. But again, they are playing up. This is a 4A school versus a 2A school. But to say they weren't expected to come in here and take care of business, I don't know. But again, it's only January, Mike.
But it feels like March after this one.
That's true. Looking at 21st going forward, again, they're in a sectional that I like them. They've had 9 sectional titles in 10 years, Mike, and that's kind of where they shine at the two-way level. So that'll do it.
Into the hands of Billmeyer, and that'll do it. Lake Central completes the victory. They blow an 18-point lead, but they finish them off in overtime. 67-62 is the win. The Indians move to 4-10 on the year. 21st Century dropping to 13-5. We'll talk things over when we come back. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
First home, dream home, forever home. Tech Credit Union has the right home loan for you. Their loan officers could help you purchase a home, refinance your current mortgage, or unlock your home's equity to get cash out for any purpose. Let Tech Credit Union show you why they are the better option for a home loan. Learn more at www.techcu.org or call 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Along with Mike DeWan, Mike Zajac. Forgot to say, it's the Mike and Mike show with the evening.
Always, man. Always.
Lake Central,
always a good time.
Lake Central defeated 21st Century 67-62 here in overtime. Final thoughts on this one?
Yeah, it was. I mean, we came into this game, again, kind of beating a dead horse here, but two teams with two different trajectories. You have a team like 21st Century coming in with 13 wins, only 4 losses, and having those 4 losses to 4 very good teams, and this is a program that's state ranked and a program that's expected to do a lot. A team that is very experienced and gotten off to a bad start. They showed a lot of flashes going late in the game, but for Lake Central, a team that's on the opposite end of the spectrum, coming into this game, again, records don't say everything, but they say a lot, of course, coming in with 3 wins to 10 losses, but a big win against Valparaiso this past Friday, finally figuring out kind of how to win, building back up that culture, building back up these kids' confidences, and hey, sure enough, again, they get the job done. Obviously, it's a tough pill to swallow, kind of squandering that lead in regulation, 18 points. And coming back down the floor, obviously we saw some 21st Century guys get into foul trouble, lost some key pieces. But that doesn't paint the whole picture of what Lake Central did. Patience, and protected the basketball for most of the game, we could say. And again, I'd say a lot of the Zachary Green show, somebody we'll talk about here very, very shortly. But this is a program you mentioned during the broadcast. It's a team that does not look like they have 3, now 4 wins. It's a team that's a little bit more ignited. Has a fire under their belly, and again, at this point in time in the season, you're trying to play some very solid basketball, and obviously these players, with a lot of guys stepping up here for Lake Central in comparison to these previous teams, obviously got to graduate a lot of talent. It's a big win for Lake Central and Coach Sexton.
We talked about it before the broadcast, was that LC's got a size advantage here.
True.
And they took advantage of that early on with Enyart in the paint, and then they brought in Ireland, and he had some big moments in the first quarter. Really showed in the second half with him in the paint. On the opposite side of the ball, though, it was that first half 21st Century just couldn't get anything going offensively, especially in the paint. How many turnovers they had? I mean, I counted them for 18 total turnovers to the 14 of LC. Of course, that's unofficial.
Sure.
But early on, it was just turnover. It was the aggressive defense of LC that really propelled them to that 18-point lead. 21st Century chipped back. They started to get the turnovers. They went on the aggressive end. They did the full court press, which I thought maybe at times it was like, why didn't you do this the whole game?
Sure.
You don't go out to that 18-point deficit. But they scratched, they clawed back. But LC, I mean, we talked about the height advantage, the aggressiveness on both sides of the ball for them, and it propelled them to the victory here.
In that overtime period especially, I mean, it looks like they really, really wanted this game. Again, it's easy to walk into that extra frame and be, the momentum is all on 21st's side after that big-time comeback. And sure enough, I think, again, it could be a cop-out, whatever. Some people may call it this, but the 4A versus 2A school, Lake Central looked a little bit more refreshed in that overtime period. Yes, 21st had to cycle in a few new guys that didn't really see the floor because of foul trouble. But nonetheless, Lake Central looked ready to go in that overtime period. And yes, maybe they could have won this game a little bit more convincingly and maybe some things to tie up maybe in the second half. But it's still a big-time win. Again, confidence only goes up for these guys. 21st Century back to the drawing board again. Also, a long season for them as well, and they're expected to do big things come March time.
It's time to name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. The Crowell Company is proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court. Mike, who we got?
Yeah,
I wonder who it is.
Yeah, I mean, the aforementioned. Again, this is a tough segment, this whole, these awards and all that. There's a lot of star players out here tonight. But we got to go with number 25, Zachary Green of Lake Central High School. This cat did it all tonight, man. Again, 36 points, not a bad total to have in a game that is, again scoring just about more than half your points. He's a scorer. He's a bucket getter. And again, I talked about as well, he's fantastic on the glass, but he made most of his presence known, again, on the press break or whatever that may be, getting to the cup, and he's a fantastic finisher. And again, although he missed a couple of free throws down the stretch, he would draw some fouls as well, and he was pretty solid from the line. So I got to give kudos to Zachary Green, a superhero performance. They needed all of his efforts tonight, and he delivered.
Yeah, both sides of the ball, he was excellent. Time to name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374.
Yeah, switching it over to the 21st Century Cougars, got to give a big shout-out to a junior that, again, a bright future ahead of him. Terrence Hayes was a player that really kind of willed this team back into this game. Yes, 21st Century, there's a lot of players to choose from in terms of just this award, the Blue Collar Award. But Terrence Hayes, again, the guard, 6'1" guard, plays well beyond his height. He was fantastic defensively. I mean, had a couple block shots and very solid guarding LC's primary ball handlers, whenever that may be. But offensively as well, he's a facilitator, and he scored a lot of points. I mean, he's a fantastic piece of the puzzle, and obviously this is not the result he's going to want. As a competitor, as we're all competitors, you want to walk away with the win in that one, but it's tough, really, to not appreciate, and he's somebody that stuck with us throughout the course of the game, that this kid is going to be special. He already is special, obviously a 1,000-plus point scorer throughout his career, but he's got a bright future ahead of him. He's going to shake this one off, and I hope they should all keep their heads high because they played good. I mean, again, first half got away from him. Second half showed a lot of potential. They just got to keep going forward. It's a long season, but got to give a big shout-out to Terrence Hayes here tonight.
You can learn about the apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. It's time to name the Proud Union Home Play of the Game. It's presented by the Region Sports Network. And what do we got?
Yeah, we talked about a bunch of names for Lake Central, obviously getting the win here. Enyon had a big first half. Of course, Zach Green has 36 points, a couple plays made there. But we got to give a shout-out to Jacob Billmeyer, although did not maybe stuff the stat sheet like some of his other counterparts there on Lake Central. In a low-scoring overtime period, I think only, less than 10 points were scored in the period, kind of put the dagger in the 21st Century Cougars. Had a breakaway layup, and eventually he was fouled on, got the and one, knocked the free throw down. I think made it a two-score game, and from that point on, that was really kind of the dagger, and got the job done for Lake Central. Although there's a lot of plays to be made, got to give a big shout-out to Bill Meyer, the junior, coming up big there in the overtime period.
Yeah, I think I said, he had 1 point coming into into overtime, and he makes a couple big shots there. That'll do it for us here. Is final score 67-62. Want to mention a few folks at Region Sports Network who all make this happen. The executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Operations manager is Rich Castillo. Coordinating producer and on-site producer Zach Miller, Mike Dewan. also our sports director. These guys working a little overtime tonight. Great job as always. Our producer, like I said, Zach Miller, Clint Klaus on the camera. Want to thank the coaches, James Scott of 21st Century and LC's Ryan Sexton. The athletic directors, Sydney Smith at 21st Century and Chris Einart at Lake Central. Of course, all the viewers watching at Facebook/Region Sports Nation, YouTube/Region Sports Network, and IHSAA TV. Thank you all for viewing in tonight. For all of us here saying so long, I'm Mike Zajac. LC wins it 67-62. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.